Alright. Yo! Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? The King of Lightning here today to do a One Piece video. Alright. Specifically, a One Piece discussion video. Oh my god. King, it's been some time since you've done a One Piece discussion video. That's right. That's right. I'm feeling super today. I'm super. Thanks for asking. Now, as you can see on the title, whether it's here or there, I'm not too sure, and the thumbnail, this video is going to be about the smile. There you go. The smile that we've seen on the IV bags of not only, well, the IV contraption when Whitebeard was first introduced to the story, as well as the IV bag recently, quote unquote, of Bojack, the older brother of Brandy Vilda. Oh my god. Such a good fucking character. Such an awesome Brandy Vilda. Yeah, moa, motherfucker. I love that shit. In the 3D 2i special. And how this symbol, this smile, I mean, it's portrayed as upside down, but it's not like a big deal. All you gotta do is flip it and it's right side up or whatever. The symbol of the smile is very similar to the Jolly Roger of Donquixote Doflamingo. And in his case, it's just crossed out. That's the only difference. And based on this, people have made certain theories and conclusions on Flamingo's connections with guys like Whitebeard, and if they actually exist, medical industries that transverse the planet. If they actually exist. Again, I'm not too sure, because Oda has not dived into that realm of the story that much. I mean, when it came to Chopper, we find out the medical workings of mainly Drum Island, but other countries here and there, and how they operate when it comes to their medical, when it comes to their doctors and their medical fields overall. But if there is some type of organization, like for example, if the world government have like a coalition of doctors and facilities that exist on the planet all across the globe, then maybe that smile has ties to what they're doing, and Flamingo would obviously have ties to that because he's an underground broker. He's Joker. Not only is he a Tenryubito, but also he is someone who has a lot of power and influence underground. And one of the main theories here that we see is that Flamingo, he has, in essence, poisoned Whitebeard before the events. Actually, throughout the course of time, which is surprising in a certain way, because you think like Flamingo was not that old to where he can poison him throughout the course of time, but either way, he poisoned Whitebeard, and that's the main reason why his health was deteriorating. Now, from my understanding, it was two main factors. Number one, he was just old. He was 72 years old. And you know, in One Piece, like after the age of like 60, your power starts to just spike down because of age. And number two is that he wasn't properly maintaining his body physique. He was just chilling down on his giant chair, drinking giant like things of sake, and then you have Shanks send him an invitation, and he's like, fucking whippersnapper, and that was it. Like you didn't see Whitebeard in the corner doing like Rocky sections, like I am the tiger. No, that didn't happen. So those were the main reasons why. From my understanding of what Marco said, that Whitebeard was deteriorating in health. I mean, granted, there was a hint that he was ill. Well, actually, no, there are many hints, because he had all these contraptions around him. So he was probably ill with something, but we don't know what he was ill with. So there is some leeway there when it comes to Flamingo and his influence in that whole situation. However, I'm going to go a different route. Because in my mind, I don't think, because I used to believe that maybe Flamingo had these ties and he had these connections with these medical industries across the world, again, if they actually exist. But now we've gotten some content pertaining to Flamingo via flashbacks of Law, flashbacks within flashbacks of Rocinante, and spoiler alert, I'm sorry, fuck, well, whatever, hopefully not a big deal, hopefully. Also flashbacks through King Riku, and spoiler for the anime only guys, alright? My assumption here is that you're mainly manga readers. That's just my assumption. If I spoiled you, I apologize. You can send me death threats later. So, the thing here is that because of these flashbacks, we kind of get a better idea, not a full understanding, but we have a better idea of Flamingo when he was back in his younger years. And based on what we know thus far, I have to say that it's not more so that the symbol was created because it has ties to Flamingo, but more so, I think that Flamingo, he just took the symbol that already existed and he modded it in his favor. Because the way I see it is that the smile that we see on the IV bags is very similar to the Red Cross, if you would. It's a symbol meaning, nowadays it means, health and like a place where you can go to if you're ill or if you're injured. So health, prosperity, wellness, so on and so forth. So if the smile is that equivalent in one piece, so it means health and prosperity and wellness, Flamingo taking that smile symbol that already existed within the world of One Piece, and he modded it up to where he crossed it out. So instead of health and wellness and prosperity, it's disease, it is war and bloodshed, it is world destruction, shit like that. So, the antithesis. And pretty much that's what I think is the main correlation between those symbols. Not because Flamingo has ties to these medical dudes and he poisoned fucking Whitebeard, but it's because he saw that this symbol this symbol meant something, almost like a universal symbol across the globe of One Piece. And this universal, and oh my god, what's happening? I don't know. And this universal symbol, he tweaked to fit his own agenda, to fit his own ambition. Flamingo, we find out, is a guy who just wants to see the world burn. He's like, fuck the world. Destroy this shit. And, granted, it is a little bit deeper, but we don't know the details specifically because, again, we have not gotten that full-on Flamingo flashback that we kind of do need. So, which we will get at some point, no doubt about it. I don't doubt at all. So, the way I see it is, I see it in the reverse order. It's not that he has ties to that symbol specifically and he's manipulating shit from behind the scenes. He just mooched it for himself and then tweaked the meaning by having that cross across the face. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible, because again, he does have these underground ties that run deep, very deep. But so far, they've been like weapons. Like, he has his boys, they arm rebels, or they arm certain groups across the world, or across the New World. And in return, he gets some type of compensation, probably in money. And that's the way it's been. He did have the human shop in Shibuya Archipelago, where they traded slaves. But aside from these facilities, and aside from the equipment, like weapons and, other various, like ships maybe, we haven't seen anything that was involved in medical needs of people when it comes to Flamingo. So, not only that, and this is not exactly like, because it's not in manga. It was a part of the 3-2i special. B.O. Jack and Brandy World are so, like, their history is quite old, to the point where the warlords, the Shichibukai system did not exist when they were running around rampant. When he was known as the Destroyer of Worlds. And he still is. But the point here is that when it came to that flashback in the special of 3-2I, you see Biojack, and he still has that IV bag. But he is a little bit younger, obviously. Well, no, quite a bit younger. But that smile is still in the IV bag. Because in his case, Biojack was actually sick throughout the entirety of for most of his life. So, point here is, if we take that into account, the fact that Biojack had that IV bag, or had an IV bag, and it still had the smile on it way back when Flamingo wasn't in power yet, obviously, then there's no way that Flamingo has a direct connection with that particular smile, or that organization, or that medical industry that makes these IV bags. You know, like, he doesn't have those ties. He just doesn't. If you take into account the flashback in the 3-2I special. So, those are my thoughts. I could be dead wrong. In fact, it could be that Flamingo created, this entire IV bag thing, and he's poisoning everybody slowly. Don't know. I don't know. But as far as the way I see it, based on what we know thus far about Flamingo and his past through these flashbacks from Law and Rosie and so on and so forth, I'm going to say for the last time that Flamingo mooched the symbol for himself, and he took the meaning of that smile, peace, prosperity, wellness, he crossed it out to mean war, death, despair, famine, so on and so forth. So, that's it. These are my thoughts. Give me your thoughts. What do you guys and gals think? So I am done. This is the King of Lightning. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice damn day.